Guys, check out this amazing watch I bought to Phil. Do you think I could use this bouquet my husband gave me on March 8th? The Lego flowers will have to wait for another version. But today I want to show you a gem cut on a silver base. This watch will be on display on the panel. We'll analyze it together. So make sure to go shopping, keep an eye on prices, and look for watches with such a metal rim on sale everywhere. I purposely bought a tall one to fit a large amount of Lego flowers inside. But as girls, we can be indecisive. So today we'll focus on a gem cut on a silver base, just very carefully. Take it out, hide this one, and do not break the glass. So we can also keep the watch mechanism. Here we have a piece of paper. No, everything's fine. Let's start pouring. The first thing I want to do a silver base, but a silver base made of parchment. Look, there are two options on how we can proceed. We can glue a sheet of parchment, which is what I'll do, or I can show you the first option on how to make your own super shiny silver parchment. For this, we need silver paint. Any aerosol paint will do. Make sure to shake it well. We also need pop-up gold. I have some from Rain Pro Company. This is how it pops up. Silver. Now, once you've shaken the spray paint well, do the job in gloves and a mask so you don't inhale it. Spray the silver pigment on the wall. Given that I have a large volume, I need to spray enough of it. We've sprayed, and we need to decide where this quantity will be used. Well, about half a teaspoon, I think, like this, yes. When you mix, pay attention to the consistency, because the paint itself, it's super runny, and it won't give you a really rich color. When we mix it with pop-up gold, to make the mixture thicker, you need to wait a little bit. So now we've mixed it, it's still too thin. I'll add more color, add more paint. And let it sit for 8 to 10 minutes so that it gets really, really rich. In the meantime, you can put this away for now if you've made a mess. Or mix more if you've got a really big canvas. When the paint has thickened up, when it's gotten thicker, here it's been 9 minutes for me. Let's get to work on our masterpiece. Carefully paint the whole surface. It'll dry in 3 minutes. Now I'm going to glue it with leaf metal. So now guys, I bought leaf potal in an art store, and there in the kit, I bought glue for potal. Absolutely everything is easy and straightforward. The main thing is to apply it thinly, then rub it in when it dries. In the base, we don't remove and don't take out the leaves, just as you took them now, so leave them. Take the glue and with a wide flat brush, apply it to our base. I apply it like this, then spread it with my finger. It seems more familiar to me and seems to be more even that way. But only then do you need to wipe your fingers before applying. And now, guys, apply our sheets carefully. Here the transparent part needs to be lifted. If it has stuck to the transparent part, it's okay. We apply it like this to our surface and spread it out with patting movements. You'll need to cover them later. You'll need to cover them with pieces of potal or resin, but I won't completely. I won't completely cover them with resin. Naturally, I want this silver to be preserved, so I try to lay the sheets evenly. Make sure there aren't any bald spots. You have to wait for the glue to adhere. The spotile will adhere. It's not worth cleaning right away because you'll dirty the brush and there won't be a good result. In other words, wait for the podal to completely dry. Read the instructions to see how long it takes to dry. This brush will be useful to you not just in drawing, but in this process. It's great for rubbing in the podal. Look at the chaos taking place here now. Now watch as I make these twisting movements through my work. I use these twisting movements to drive in the podal. But if it's dry and there won't be any significant difference between the joints, you generally won't see them at all, especially when you cover them with resin. The main thing is, just like this, take a good walk and rub it in, but only once the foil is dry, and properly work it in. So guys, our foil has dried. Anything that's unnecessary. If you've got something there, any lumps, get rid of it. I mixed the medium resin Art Pro from company Art Resin or Resin Pro. In Europe, the resin goes under the brand Resin Pro. In Russia, under the brand Art Resin. If anything, at Ryam, promo code for a 10% discount. See how they cut the stone? Stone cut isn't performed on wet resin. You have to remember this, just like with the sea. But here, you need to wait even longer. I'm mixing the medium resin right now in front of you all. I didn't let it sit. I just mixed it and stirred in a transparent cup so you can clearly see the joining of the two components so that there is no pearlescent. Well, I don't know how much you'll see, but here, right now, there's a transparent vein, like a thread. It needs to be mixed to avoid having any threads or cobwebs, because micro, non-mixes. If there are big errors in the mixture, it freezes right in your glass, whether it's boiling or not boiling. In general, if the error is due to wrong mixing of the components, but if you mix the components correctly but not clearly, there are literally a little bit of snot of some component A or B. This part of you, like asphalt cracking from the heat or from a plant that's pushing through, your resin will crack. Not heavily, not deeply maybe. Therefore, stir carefully right along the wall. You can pour it into another cup. Now, since we have a hole for the clock mechanism of the hands, I took a mixing stick from ice cream and wrapped it with tape. And now, insert our stick, just put it in. You should have to be straight so that there is no space between it. Now we have checked the level for everything to be leveled, so nothing sticks out, doesn't run away, so that the cut of the stone comes out good too. We can't just wait until it gains consistency, so we need each component not to mix with each other so that each color merges with the other but remains a vein. Now I will show all this and tell how to achieve this. Our main color will be silver. I will leave a transparent base for the substrate. Now mix the colors. I will have white, literally 40 grams. Here with colors, you need to play around because I don't want bright colors, because in the cut of the stone always has something delicate, expressive, contrasting, but muted for purple. There will be a lot of colors, guys, for blue. 40 grams literally. You really need to indulge with the colors, because I want colors that aren't flashy, because in the cut of the stone they don't have acidic shades. The cut of the stone always has something. Delicate, expressive, contrasting, but muted. For purple, there will be a lot of colors, guys. For blue, literally 15 grams. For pop-up gold, also 15 grams. For silver pop-up, so there seems to be everything for figs. But if there's something else, I have colors, a little more for white. I'll stir it. Here's 50 grams. That's it. I will leave it transparent. Let it stand. We will mix the colors. So white should be dense, opaque, saturated. In the cut of the stone, very important. Here I'm dripping 13 drops onto 45 grams. You need to be sure that your pigment is dense, guys, that your pigment is saturated, your pigment is clear if it is. If it's slightly translucent, it won't hold the structure, it won't combine colors, and it won't create veins. So be careful with the color. Next, I need a spatula. I'm scraping off. I need shimmery silver. Here, guys, there's a trick with the shimmery silver, shimmery gold. Here on the knife tip, here's 2 of them. If it's poorly mixed, it will give you a dirt like cobweb. That will break. It should give a nice effect, but not cobwebs and not cloudiness. So be careful. All colors need to be thoroughly mixed, but especially these. If the pigments are not well mixed, if the white isn't mixed well, then it will also appear as a white cloud like that. So let's just say we need to mix everything thoroughly. Just look, I'm scraping and scraping on the glass. I have it. Now I'll wipe the spatula. Now the gold, here I'll take a little less. I'll also add 2 spatulas. Oh, what a yummy it will be. Just my gypsy camp, my darling, just rejoices at this from... Oh, glitter, that's it. Mix also thoroughly, carefully. The resin is already warm, guys. Here it should be infused, reached. The resin in volume is infused much faster. This is how it stands in the cup, but insisting it in the cup and then giving time to mix is dangerous because it can polymerize faster, and we don't. This process, so it is better to knead it, let it polymerize, begin to polymerize in the cup. When we mix the colors, we have time to mix all the colors. The resin will come even more as we knead. We will do everything well. Now figs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 drops, so that our colors, then we lived in our resin softly and neutrally. We need all the colors. Well, I want it this way. Yes, you will see the result. If you like it, then you will do the same. I need all the colors to pass through the white. Then they will give a more muted pastel version. And those veins that I need to be darker, I'll just make them. I desire a dusty rose twice. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And in general, ideally, a cut of the stone will be obtained by those who have never worked with a cut stone on a thick resin. If you have never worked with a cut, start with a thick resin. Take Deluxe from the Art Pro palette. You will succeed, and it doesn't take long. You don't need to wait and control the time, so the dusty rose is ready. Look, I constantly wipe the spatula so that I don't waste a lot of plastic. Now I want literally a little less. Here I will spill it, just a little blue, this bright blue. So mix it on the tip of the knife too. Yes, of course, this juice turned out, but it's okay. We also need it. I want gray, gray, literally 10G there is. So gray, dark purple, and that's it. We'll finish here. Yes, this is juice. Now remove everything unnecessary from the table. Preparing the burner, we need a separate cup. I will take a smaller one. For mixing colors, I need 2 cups for the central and for the bottom shade, but so that our cut of the stone is already just hot, guys. It's not in vain that I'm talking about the temperature. I'm telling you so that you know exactly what you are guided by the temperature. It's already hot. Hot. We need that our cut of the stone is well distributed. We need to give a base like a watercolor. It does not diverge. A dry sheet who has drawn nose needs to wet the sheet. So a cut of the stone, you need to give it a layer, a transparent layer. I will have a transparent layer. If you have a colored resin, well, a colored base, white there or something, then naturally you give the color whose. I leave your base a little transparent and distribute it carefully so as not to climb into the contour. Our edge should be ideal. If you feel you won't be able to cope with the frequency of work, stick it with masking tape. This way we distribute our resin. If you have a lot of bubbles, remove them because they will burst and cause, well, not very cute effects. Although for an amateur, yes, in abstract and resin painting, every effect has its place to be. Every effect for each effect has its own client. So distributed it well to the middle. Check that it is evenly spread everywhere. So they are bald. Just if they are bald, the veins will not spread well. Well, guys, about. I left it just in case I need to separate more color, dilute it. Now I will combine the colors for the main color I need. And I will pour through the white. As I said at the beginning, I need white, already heated resin, guys, white gold. I pour chaotically. You see, little by little, now figs, now white again, pour into the center. I make no specific curls. Well, I'm not a fan of this because it adds even more movement to the resin, so I don't want to do it. I don't want to make it. There may even be more dirt purple, white again, now gray with popping silver to it. Blue, a little bit of blue. Blue is just less dusty gold. That's it. While it stands, now I mix the second shade, the second. Shade at the bottom, it will be dominated by more gray and silver figs. So always leave grays and colors just a little bit in the cup, so you can pour them later if you want. It has floating silver blue, a little bit of blue, just a smaller amount of blue, dusty gold. Okay, let it sit for now. Now I'm mixing the second shade. The second shade will be at the bottom, and it will be dominated by more gray and figs from silver. Therefore, always leave a little bit of gray and colors in the cup so that you can then spill them if you want. Floating silver, figs, a little dark purple figs. I have some, a little tea rose. Literally white there is, I also left it. And another cup for the upper part. I will have a delicate blue one here, so I will spill it through the white so that it is not so flashy. Here is, of course, the Pythagorean table. I can imagine your eyes now, so let's lightly create a cut of the stone. And here Natasha is mixing 40 colors, 25 cups, light, very light, guys. But this is actually easy. When you get involved, you start pouring, you'll understand that well, really. Okay, stay calm. Everything is not so bad. Let's put it this way. Now we start pouring. Now I want more gold here. Look, guys, the last color will be your first color that will pour into your base. So the nose is a duck, and slowly spill along, or will contour as you want, as you wish, where you want your color to be. Oh yes, here I will take it here. There is. And we are not in a hurry. We get high, we watch, see what happens. What I want now, I will not add the colors that I want. I will spill them a little later. I will see how other colors will appear and come out. So continue, continue, and now I want to spill it from the second batch that we made the bottom one. And here I will create a kind of cut of the corner. Once there is, I will see what moves, how it moves, where the resin goes, and I will continue it here a little. Oh, look at what yummy pours out. You can take the snot a little here and there is, I want to pour dark fig to make the contour clearer, this little cut. So come on, make it as uneven as possible. And I want this dark fig with pop-up gold once and twice, and now I stirred it a bit. Now I have pop-up gold here in between. Yes, 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 that's what you need to. Eat at the bottom. So unevenly, just make your hand move unevenly, eat and a little, that's what I have left. I'll duplicate it at the bottom. So a thin vein, so great. Now it's blue. I have it on top here. Oh, how awesome. The shade is just unreal. I was afraid that it would super rip out the eye, but it's just awesome. And I'll let the same light shade down here, right here between our gray. I'll drop the pop-up gray silver. Here it is, there it is, here's in the middle. I'll also add pop-up silver and let it lie right like that. There's any, well, friends, I counted. It's just super cool, beyond real cool. That's it, guys. We did great. Let's let it polymerize. I chose to do this version without stones, so here it is, tada. The watch is ready and the best shine and finish is the glass on top. Now you'll see how amazingly it will gleam. So let me remind you, to cut a stone we need to work with medium or thick resin, not liquid. Mix it, separate it by colors and let it sit, not mixed in cups, so the colors can separate themselves. If we mix it in cups, it's going to get messy, so let it sit and your work, your little stone, will make you happy. On top, you can create veins with the same mixture we made on the top prior to gilding. In other words, take gold aerosol, silver aerosol, copper aerosol, mix it with a pop-up. We obtain a fantastic gilded gold, add stones if we want, cover with a finish, and the watch is ready. I'd love to see your finished products. Send them, tag me. It will be very delightful for all the teachers. I think it's nice to see the success of your students. Have a great day, a great mood. Write down what story to pour next. Bye bye. Say what you want to say.